Yeah, looking immediately here, it looks like the Garchomp is going to be important for Raghav. Cams has 3 Pokemon, Weak 2 Earthquake, and the other 3 are all neutral. So opportunities for big damage there. You've got to keep it away from Fairy Moves from Tapu Fini and, of course, the Ice Beam from Porygon 2. But an could be very important in this match, especially since Mandibuzz can be there, providing Tailwind support and sitting on the field constantly, ready to be taking Earthquakes itself.
Yeah, Hariyama and Kartana are the leads that Raghav chooses. Kartana and Togedemaru are what Cams has actually decided to go with. And yeah, all right. Well, both pretty similar, Fake Out support and Kartana.
Yeah, similar. The advantage has to go to Togedemaru because it is the faster Fake Out, has its choice of which one to Fake Out. And Raghav, with his Hariyama, needs to be considering which one Cams is going to Fake Out. Either of these Kartanas could be Focus Sash. It would be bad to lose the Focus Sash to a Fake Out this early. Not too much damage is actually threatened on this field other than that, though. The only neutral attacks towards the Hariyama from Togedemaru or Kartana, and on Cams' side, the Togedemaru does not want to take a close combat, but can easily stop that with Fake Out or with a switch.
Yep, Hariyama going to switch out, going to go into Arcanine here, going to pretty much apply a lot of pressure on this Togedemaru and the Kartana as well. One thing that Togedemaru also has advantage over Hariyama is the fact that it has Encore. So if Hariyama decide to go for Encore, Togedemaru could just lock it back into Encore anyways. Kartana over on Cam's side goes for a Sacred Sword, going to connect onto Raghav's Kartana, and, well, we're just going to trade Sacred Swords. But, targets down the Togedemaru instead with a Focus Sash on that Togedemaru, so Togedemaru gets one more turn.
Yeah, Togedemaru using the Focus Sash to stay around. But now the Kartana on Cams' side has the advantage in that it's still at full health, while Raghav's has been taken down to 50% by that Sacred Sword. Arcanine's in a really good position here. Comes in and intimidates both of these physical attackers and threatens fire moves on either one. Neither one can be too comfortable staying in, and so that makes it a very difficult position for Cams.
And Togedemaru going to preserve that Fake Out support for later on. Going to go into Cams' own Arcanine here. Going to go for an Intimidate onto the Kartana and the Arcanine as well. It depends on what kind of Arcanine that Raghav decided to go for. I think in the past, Raghav actually went for a more supportive Arcanine. We'll see if he changes up. Arcanine goes for an Extreme Speed here, trying to pick off that Togedemaru. Going to hit that Arcanine instead. As Kartana, all right, taking a little page from Hayden McTavish's book. Going to go for a substitute here.
Yeah, very nice. Gets the substitute up for free here as Arcanine comes in, something that Kartana wouldn't have been able to do big damage against anyway, and Kartana on the other side of the field protects. But it is behind the substitute with an Intimidate, still not offering too much damage. It can go for a Sacred Sword on the other Kartana, but it might not even be a 2-hit KO after Intimidate. The much more threatening damage against that Kartana is from Arcanine, so probably it's going to leave the field. So maybe guessing what's coming in with his Kartana behind the sub, using the sub to get an attempt at a KO there could be very useful.
Kartana on Raghav's side here, detecting itself, going to preserve that substitute for a little bit later on, maybe baiting a double hit into that slot, as the Sacred Sword does go into that slot there, as the Arcanine goes for a Flare Blitz in that slot as well, so a smart protect right there from Raghav, as Arcanine now gets to go for a Flare Blitz. Going to hit this Kartana, super effective damage, and picks up the one-hit KO there.
Yeah. Went for the double target, trying to break the substitute and then get the KO. Instead hits into Protect and loses his own Kartana from full health. Really bad turn for Cams. Now that Kartana is still behind the substitute, and Tapu Fini has to come in not wanting to take a Leaf Blade.
Yep, that's... Well, I mean, Togedemaru's got one hit point in the back, right?
Right, and Tapu Fini's the better option to bring in, does at least threaten that Arcanine, but what you did lose is the option to pick up the KO with Flare Blitz plus Sacred Sword, but Kartana is at so low health that Tapu Fini can pick it up itself, but maybe not with Muddy Water. It could be close, depending on how this Tapu Fini's trained.
Right, it's not Assault Vest, Kartana, because it's got the sub.
Yeah.
No Life Orb. Sash, maybe. Well, anyways. Tapu Fini still exerting a lot of pressure on that Arcanine. Both Arcanines actually decide to switch. Togedemaru going to come in here, going to provide more Fake Out support, along with that Hariyama's Fake Out support as well. All right, it's Bloom Doom.
Bloom Doom.
Gracium Z. It's Gracium Z Kartana, which is pretty similar to Hayden McTavish's team, but with the Tapu Fini, Mana Buzz, and the Kartana. not that I'm saying that it's specifically Hayden McTavish's team, but, influences and stuff like that. This is going to pick up the KO on Tapu Fini, I'm pretty sure. Oh, did Kartana get intimidated? It did get intimidated, didn't it?
Yes, but that is still plenty of damage.
Wow, Kartana's so strong.
And the substitute stays intact for another turn, and which means it will block the Intimidate as Arcanine switches back in here.
Yep, and this Kartana can go for a KO onto the Togedemaru as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, Bloom Doom makes a lot of sense on sets that want to run substitute on Kartana. Most of Kartana's most frequent items don't work with substitute at all. You can't have a Focus Sash, you can't have a Choice Scarf, you can't have an Assault Vest. Maybe you could Scope Lens, which has become more popular recently, but Bloom Doom, you're not relying on the crit. Just KO the Tapu Fini straight up.
Yeah. So Arcanine comes in, drops the Intimidate. Oh, all right. Well, Cam's just forfeits that one. Yeah, it's really hard to come back from that one.
Yeah, you've got to break the substitute, get Kartana KO'd, and then have your Arcanine 1v3 the rest of Raghav's team.
Yeah. So Raghav Malaviya takes game 1. And he is one step closer to winning $250 and more championship points to add to his total. I'm not exactly sure what his total is, but he needs a lot of championship points, and winning a regional would actually at least put him in striking distance of maybe the next regional or mid-season showdown that he goes to. Again, going into team preview, you can already see the teams on your screen, but, coming in, they had such similar leads,
They had such similar leads.
The teams are pretty similar too, kind of, like, in some aspects. Obviously, if you look at it, there's some matching Pokemon.
Yeah, for sure. The differentiator in that match was that one Kartana attacked into a Protect and was KO'd by Flare Blitz, and the other one sat behind a substitute and KO'd things.
Yeah, it baited everything, right, that turn. That was a very great Protect from Raghav, and, Cams might have to adjust to that by kind of...
And doing more to not allow free substitutes. If Kartana doesn't have a substitute, the turn he played where the Kartana was able to substitute is a very safe turn. Arcanine switches in, intimidates, doesn't worry about damage, and you protect. But was punished by the substitute instead. Now that he knows that's there, probably won't allow that again.
Yeah. Substitute just exerts so much pressure. Like, you just know that they're going to try to break that substitute and prevent you from being able to do anything. So, substitute Kartana. Hey, it's a thing. All right, so Hariyama and Kartana leads for Raghav. Arcanine and Tapu Fini leads for Cams, so Cam's changing up a lot here.
Yeah, Cam's changing it up, not bringing Togedemaru, which means this Hariyama can fake out if it wants to, which could be a good way to get a substitute with Kartana. You might just lose it to Tapu Fini attacking, but if you fake out Arcanine, you're not under too much threat.
Yeah, and that's a smart switch right there from Cams. Doesn't want to give up Tapu Fini just yet, but this could also open up opportunities for a possible substitute here, expecting that Tapu Fini switch out. But Kartana instead goes for a Leaf Blade, not going to activate the Bloom Doom just yet. Yeah, all right, well, that does get to break the Focus Sash on that Togedemaru.
Right, and that's why I like that play. Would have been bad to waste your Bloom Doom into your Togedemaru, but it isn't so bad to hit it with the Leaf Blade, put it into Sacred Sword KO range.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's very true. But you do have to respect that Arcanine on the other side of the field.
Yes, so this is not the time to go for the Sacred Sword. You would just lose your Kartana.
You have to wait a little bit. Togedemaru, of course, also provides that fake out support, too.
Yes, so yeah, Cams has the fake out option for this turn. Faking out Hariyama and Flare Blitzing would be a very safe play. You aren't under threat of almost any damage that way.
Yeah, not even that, but you could also just Encore that Hariyama and fake out. But we're not going to have that happen because Hariyama switches out. Going to go into Garchomp here. Kartana now going to use Detect, going to protect itself from the possible Flare Blitz, as Togedemaru does target down that Hariyama slot with a Encore, and the Flare Blitz goes into Protect. So now Kartana can't stay in. Or actually it can. It can still pick up the KO on Togedemaru.
Yeah, so now,
good position.
Now that Garchomp's in, Garchomp can threaten Tectonic Rage if it has it, while Sacred Swording Togedemaru, and you're, again, very happy that you didn't Bloom Doom. Or you can just go for the Earthquake, which, while it wouldn't be the KO on Arcanine, would be big damage on that and the KO on Togedemaru.
And Hariyama now going to switch in here, providing more fake out support for later on for the next turn. Arcanine protecting itself, not going to want to get KO'd just yet or take excessive amounts of damage. Togedemaru goes for a Zing Zap, going to hit that Hariyama slot. That was that Kartana. Does a decent amount of damage, and Garchomp... Okay, all right, Garchomp goes for a Swords Dance. But the thing is that Zing Zap went before that Garchomp, so you have to... Well, now you have fake out support. We're good.
Yeah, now you have fake out support. Mario could otherwise intimidate or Encore the Swords Dance is what Dwee's referring to, because it's not much of an offensive threat to Garchomp. But if Garchomp is stuck Swords Dancing, Cams has all the time in the world to get something in that can deal with that Garchomp. Instead, because Hariyama hit the field, it can fake out Togedemaru, and Garchomp is free to go for KOs or another Swords Dance, because Arcanine is not going to do much back to Garchomp.
No, not at all. Cams is pretty much backpedaling right now. Has to switch into Tapu Fini. Does not want to lose Arcanine just yet. Maybe use that Intimidate for later on. As Togedemaru uses a Spiky Shield here, as if it does go for a Fake Out, that's going to get some chip damage. Yep, Hariyama goes for a Fake Out in that Spiky Shield. Gonna take a little bit of damage because of that Spiky Shield, and now Garchomp goes for another Swords Dance.
Yeah, another Swords Dance, which definitely means that the Tectonic Rage would be a KO onto this Tapu Fini, and there's no safe switch in for that. Not for the +4 Tectonic Rage. Or he can Earthquake, which probably is not the KO on Tapu Fini, but would be great damage, and the KO on Togedemaru, but risking the Moonblast is probably not worth it.
You have to have this Hariyama get knocked out somehow, or knock out that Togedemaru because of that Encore threat, and it looks like, all right, if Hariyama can hang on, then we're good. Hariyama cannot hang on, but now Kartana can just come in.
Right. With kind of a risk there that if you don't lose Hariyama, then you got to go for a double protect to stop yourself from being encored into a lot more protects. Instead, Kartana makes this a fairly safe position. Use the Sacred Sword plus Tectonic Rage as 2 KOs. Wouldn't be surprised to see Arcanine hit the field in the Togedemaru slot. Start weakening those Garchomp Earthquakes and Tectonic Rages, but +4, you're so many Intimidates away from actually being able to ever take an attack.
I kind of wonder if Arcanine hits the field for the top 15 slot, will that prevent the Sacred Sword from being able to KO that Togedemaru?
I don't believe so. Based on the
frailness of Togedemaru?
Frailness of Togedemaru and the fact that in Game 1 we saw the Sacred Sword take Togedemaru all the way down to Focus Sash.
Yeah, true.
I would expect that even with the Intimidate, Kartana is powerful enough to pick up that KO. But maybe that's a play. If you're really feeling on the back foot as Cams, you think there's no way for you to deal with this Garchomp except to get it encored, maybe taking that risk seems like the most attractive option.
Yep, Tapu Fini switches out, going to go into Arcanine here, going to hope that this Togedemaru can hang on and encore that Garchomp into a less than desirable move. Arcanine's going to drop that Intimidate. Garchomp and Kartana are going to fall for it pretty much. And now Kartana uses his turn to go for a substitute.
Wow.
Okay. Togedemaru goes for the Encore here. Going to be able to Encore the Garchomp. And what is going on right now, Len? That was the play to make. Whoa, you can't get Encored. You can still use your Tectonic Rage. Never mind. I forgot about that.
Yeah, but you'll still be Encored coming out of the Tectonic Rage, correct?
Sometimes I wonder. I actually don't know. Yeah, well, at least the Tectonic Rage hits the Arcanine and picks up the KO there. So, yeah, I think you're right, though. I think he is going to have to switch out that because now I think he's locked into Protect. He gets one move, pretty much.
Yeah, it seems like a strange decision to allow that Encore. He had multiple chances to start using attacking moves and stop the Encore, whether it was with Fake Out and then an attacking move or the threatened Kartana KO instead allows this Encore.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Arcanine in the back, which would still be able to deal with this Kartana and Togedemaru pretty well.
Yeah. And Kartana now here behind a substitute. Would love to fire off some Sacred Swords.
Yep, Garchomp forced to switch out. Going to go into Arcanine here. Going to go for Intimidate onto the Togedemaru and that Kartana. Very valuable Intimidate right there to prevent Zing Zap and the Kartana from being able to do that much damage. Togedemaru now protecting itself with the Spiky Shield. Not going to want to get KO'd just yet as Kartana goes for a Sacred Sword. Going to hit the... Cam's Kartana goes for a Sacred Sword, breaking the substitute on Raghav's Kartana. And Kartana going to go for the Sacred Sword onto Togedemaru and take damage because of that Spiky Shield.
Yeah. This Kartana's become much more important for Raghav than it was when Garchomp had 3 boosts a second ago, because that Tapu Fini is still in the back for Cams, and Garchomp and Arcanine aren't going to be able to handle it on their own without a boost, and so this Kartana needs to stay healthy and unintimidated in order to get KOs with Leaf Blade, because it doesn't have the Bloom Doom option anymore.
Togedemaru now switching out, going to go into Tapu Fini. Yeah, I kind of wonder why Raghav... I think Raghav could have just ended if he just Sacred Sworded that Togedemaru and Tectonic Raged earlier.
Yes, I think that was the much safer play. You still have to worry about Kartana outspeeding and doing damage to your Garchomp, but it's at such good health that you're definitely going to take one attack.
All right, Kartana on Kansas side goes for a Sacred Sword, hitting that Kartana on Raghav's side. They're going to go ahead and Sacred Sword into that Tapu Fini slot. Not very effective. Okay, all right.
This is looking bad for Raghav all of a sudden. Tapu Fini's going to be either throwing out a Muddy Water to pick up some damage on Garchomp and get the KO on Kartana, or straight immediately going for Moonblast onto the Garchomp on Raghav's side. Kartana on the other side has to feel fairly comfortable. Like maybe a Flamethrower Fire Blast or Flamethrower Fire Fang from Garchomp is a concern, but that just means Tapu Fini is staying undamaged even longer. The Poison Jab coming out for Garchomp is probably more important if it's an option, but isn't very frequently an option on these Swords Dance sets.
If you look at that hit point stack, that Garchomp's actually pretty bulky. It's not the fastest Garchomp in the world.
No, I mean, being slower than Togedemaru is not great for a Garchomp.
Yep, Kartana on Kansas side detects as Kartana on Raghav's side also decides to detect, not going to want to get KO just yet. Garchomp goes for an Earthquake here, going to hit this Tapu Fini for, I mean, if only it still had its Swords Dance boost, right?
Yeah.
So, now going to hit this Tapu Fini for not as much damage as Raghav probably would have liked. As Tapu Fini gets to go for a Dazzling Gleam here, going to connect onto the Garchomp, doing super effective damage, but Garchomp should be able to hang on with that incredible bulk of its
an
training.
even better option than the Muddy Water or Moonblast that I mentioned. Picks up very good damage on Garchomp while also threatening the KO on Kartana. The Tapu Fini on Cam's side is in Leaf Blade KO range now, I believe, and so needs to watch out for that. If Raghav were to win this Kartana speed tie and get the KO on Tapu Fini, maybe Garchomp and Arcanine can close out this game. Arcanine coming in to
take on the Kartana.
Take on the Kartana now would seem likely. Garchomp doesn't have great options now. Can't Earthquake again because you'd just be KOing your own Kartana, and we haven't seen a coverage move that would allow it to hit either of these Pokemon yet.
Yeah. Oh, man. I'm actually surprised that this game, I feel like this game should have been over. But that's just me. We have Kam's Garchomp, or no, the Kartana now go for a Bloom Doom of its own. Gonna try to pick up the KO on this Garchomp, pretty sure. Or maybe even just hit the, oh, nope, gonna hit the Garchomp. So that's gonna be a KO. Yeah,
interesting that he didn't try to get the KO onto Kartana.
Kartana gets an attack boost here, and now Kartana on Raghav's side gets to go for a Leaf Blade, going to connect on that Tapu Fini and pick up the KO, and Arcanine's going to be able to come in and do work up against this, it's going to be able to do work, and Togedemaru has to come in with Fake Out support.
Yeah, but Arcanine is so powerful for Raghav now. Keep preserving Tapu Fini was all important. There was still Arcanine could have handled Tapu Fini if it has Wild Charge and enough offense to make that potent. But with your Lightning Rod support from Togedemaru, it seems like a pretty viable win condition. Allowing the Leaf Blade onto Tapu Fini seems to kind of close out any way to win this game.
Yeah. I think Raghav still has the pieces to close it out. Definitely made it a little bit riskier than it really had to be. But hey, as long as you get that W right. Togedemaru goes for the Fake Out here, going to connect on that Arcanine, going to make it flinch as Kartana on Kansas side goes for Sacred Sword into that Detect, as this should be it here. Kartana's probably going to get knocked out, but Arcanine should be able to clean up.
Yeah, maybe the win condition for Cams is if Togedemaru is faster. Zing Zap, if there's a Zing Zap, there's a way, kind of like Rock Slide.
Oh, hey.
Yeah. Get your Kartana, knock out the other one, and just start hoping for flinches.
Kartana did have what, one Beast Boost under its belt, right? So it's technically neutralized because of the Intimidate. Yep, nope, there's the, I think that was a speed tie.
Yes, it's definitely been a speed tie, alternating all through these couple of games.
Yep, and that should do it for here. Raghav Malaviya going to be moving on to the top 4 of the Salt Lake City Regional Championships. Congratulations, Raghav, and also congratulations, Cams, for your Worlds invite this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. The Arcanine going for the Flare Blitz here, going to connect on that Kartana and pick up the KO, and that does it. Officially does it. No more of us speculating that it's over when we thought it was over a while ago. Yep. All right, so there you have it. Raghav Malaviya is going to await to face off against Preston Clark, who was the #1 seed.
Yeah, #1 seed has his double duck team. See how Raghav handles that using his Garchomp and Mandibuzz, Tailwind's going to be very important for him, I think, in that matchup.
Absolutely, Len. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break. And when we return, the last match of the top 8 between Riley Factura and Patrick Smith.